Is LMU the iRacing killer? And is it possibly best sim on the market right now? Folks, welcome back to another video on the channel here. I Didn't Do It 97 with me, yours truly, I Didn't Do It 97. And much highly requested in a lot of the streams I do is for me to play LMU. Check it out. I've owned this game pretty much since it came out, since the day it came out in early access, and we did a little bit of content with it, and yeah, it was a miserable experience at that point in time, but there's been so many updates to this game. There's a lot you can do in the game now, a lot of content obviously overall, and as of recent times, man, it's become one of the most popular sims on the market. Do I ultimately think it is going to kill iRacing? No. Obviously not. iRacing is its own thing. It has a very, very popular crowd that's not going away anytime soon. Got the Daytona special event coming up, obviously, in iRacing, which is obviously very popular each and every single year, along with the many other special events that they do throughout the course of the year. And yeah, I mean, iRacing is still going to be what it is. You know, there's no question about that. But I think LMU is going to be a great alternative for a lot of people who want a competitive experience, don't want to spend iRacing type money, and ultimately are just looking for maybe a little bit of an alternative. I think the only downside to this game, truly, at this point in time, is the fact that it is WEC. It's just that. There's no other content in the game in terms of other cars, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, you know? Obviously, again, you got, well, sorry, it's WEC, and you also have the European Le Mans Circus, EMLS as well. So, I mean, so you got LMP2, LMP3, GT3, GTE, and Hypercar in the game. Overall, spanning over the course of a couple seasons, there's a decent amount of DLC available. There's some subscription services as well that you can do. I signed up for their top tier because it actually gives you all the DLC. Not only for this, but it also gives you all the DLC for rFactor 2 as well, for anybody who still wants to play those games. But yeah, so anywho, here we are. I haven't done an online race in this game in a very, very, very long time. So we're at bronze. We're rookie here. We're just getting started. Everything else above is locked, but I want to go in, kind of showcase what the online experience is like for those who may not know, who may have never seen it. I'm sure most of you have at this point. There are daily events you can do, there's weekly events, and then there's also special events. Most of the special events, as far as I'm aware, is kind of more of a testing thing, just to kind of test server load and things like that. There's also a co-op mode in the game that's currently being tested as well. I plan on trying to do that a little bit later this week. Maybe I'll record it, maybe I won't. I haven't really decided on that yet. And then, of course, there's also single player in the game as well. And I'll be honest, the AI experience actually isn't half bad. It's a little goofy at times. It is a little goofy. It's a fun fact to get the thumbnail for today's video. I was doing a single player race, and yeah, about 5 cars crashed on the formation lap. So again, little finicky, but there are other times where it doesn't do that and everything's fine and everything's great. So yeah, great game. Highly enjoy it. Highly recommend it as well. If you like today's video, be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Le Mans Ultimate. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And without further ado, let's get registered for this GT3 race around Sebring. So one thing that's actually kind of cool that this game recently added, and I know a lot of people have done a decent amount of talking about it and showcase a decent amount of things when it comes to the you know, the updates to the game and things like that. It's some more popular channels than my channel, of course. And something that's telling me up here in the top right, there is a badge system in the game that lets you know kind of what you're gonna be expected to go up against in this entry list here. So 537 people have registered for this race so far. This guy here is a good driver, another good driver. This one here is a trusted racer. He's known for being safe, not really causing any sort of collisions, things like that. Good driver, good driver. So again, low number of incidents, tend to perform decently well. Another trusted driver, get a decent amount of them here. This badge here means that they're known for having a lot of incidents, especially in recent times. So again, kind of tells you, maybe keep an eye out for these guys here. And then you also have the rookie badge, which is what we have as well. You're new to Le Mans Ultimate, you are given this badge. And it'll tell you up here, we've applied a rookie badge to your profile until you've completed 10 online races. So once we do 10 races, we should get a different badge. Now that badge is going to be, my guess is going to be based off of what happens during those races. Do we keep, do we keep the car clean? Do we have a low number of incidents? What happens from there? But it's a 20-minute race with a 5-minute qualifying session. We could go in and do some practice. My understanding, so the race starts, or I guess qualifying would start in the next 4 minutes. My understanding, I could be entirely wrong, I haven't actually checked it out, but my understanding is that to join the actual session, you have to like back out of your practice session, kind of sit here on the menu, and then you could join the race. And it doesn't really tell you when that session's gone live, so you kind of just have to know. At least that's my understanding. I could be entirely wrong on that. I could be completely making that up. So I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna wait. I probably should get some practice in, realistically, but we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it and hope and hope for the best. Something else to kind of talk about too, while we kind of sit here and wait. So I mean, as far as feel goes, as far as how everything is in this game, visually it's a very good looking game. Very good looking game. I really like it a lot, which I would expect that from a modern sim at this point. You figure your other sim options, and I mean like true sim options, are like ACC, which is obviously a little bit older at this point, as well as, you know, iRacing, which you know, a decent age now. Yeah, so I mean, again, the way I look at it, modern day, I would expect it to look really good, and it does look really good. It does still have some minor bugs, little hiccups, performance issues, things like that. By no means is this game like a full release game at this point in time, in my opinion. There's obviously still new features coming. They announced the career mode earlier this year. In a separate video, we're actually going to do an AI race, just to kind of showcase that experience a little bit. But all in all, the most important thing when it comes to a racing game is feel. And this game has it, man. The feel is there. It feels really good. The cars, in my opinion, and I you know, I don't have much to base it off of, having not being someone who races in real life, but the cars, in my opinion, feel better than iRacing. I like the way these cars feel in comparison to iRacing. In some aspects, I almost feel like it's a little more realistic. Just the way the physics are, the way they hit certain bumps, and really just as a whole, like just kind of the way everything performs. I don't know what it is, just certain things about it that I like. There are some things about this game that I don't like. Some of it being the tire model, which, you know, the guys over at 397 Studios obviously love their tire model, as we know from rFactor 2. I don't love the tire model, but I don't hate it, because again, it is realistic. I just feel like sometimes you get these like random snaps in the back end, and it does feel random. Like, it does feel very RNG sometimes. And it does depend on the car and track combination. Could be a skill issue on my part, and it probably is at the end of the day. But yeah, again, there's just, you know, some little things, but all in all, as a whole, I really like the way the cars feel in this game. And I think this game has a very, very bright future. All right, here we go. Session is getting started. Let's hop in. Let's see how we do. One thing I have noticed with this game, it kind of takes a while for stuff to load. In between sessions, you're kind of sitting there for a hot minute. That was actually probably the quickest I've ever experienced, though. Fun fact. So to talk about like kind of what I was talking about before, the session does have its own practice session for 2 minutes, just like you see in iRacing. We had the option to join practice before, but it's not actually like the session practice session. So again, as far as I'm aware, when you join that practice session, you have to actually leave and then come back, which is kind of dumb. See a car going out there. But we got a 5-minute quali, and then a race. It is fixed setups here. Setups here. One thing that's actually really cool, as far as they give you a preset that you could do, one, you know, from the game, but one of them is the Coach Dave Academy preset, which is pretty cool. If you know anything about, like, you know, sim racing setups, kind of cool. McLaren just dumped it in the pits there, but yeah. So we're gonna sit here. We're gonna wait till quali goes live. Like I said, hopefully we put in a decent lap. I'm not expecting to be super competitive here. I'm still trying to kind of get my feel with this game. And yeah, and we go from there. All right. We are in the Ferrari, y'all. We are in the Ferrari, which I love. I know it's not the best of the GT3s. But I do really enjoy this car. I enjoy it a lot. I don't know. Is qualifying... Tell me to wait at the pit exit. Is qualifying, are we all on track at the same time, or no? It doesn't look like it. I think I'm the only car here. I think it's a private session. I don't really know. But here we go, Sebring. Now here's what's interesting, is that the pits there is on the back straight, which I'm not very used to. Tires are obviously cold coming out, so you gotta take it kind of easy here at the start of things. And here we go, our first lap. Should have enough time to do 2 laps. Yeah, tires are cold. Tires are cold. Got a little wide there. Just trying to be careful not to lock up the tires, because, again, very easy to do in this game. So I'm taking it very easy through here. Again, I don't expect this lap to be very good. I haven't driven Sebring in a long time, and I haven't driven a GT3 at Sebring in a long time, so it's another factor in and of itself. That chicane's a little tight. I'm also still trying to kind of figure out my wheel setup too. Like, I had to tweak some things and get everything set up yesterday in preparation for this video. And, I don't know, something still feels like a little off. Not necessarily in the force feedback, but just the overall, like, turning ratio. I don't know. Just feels a little weird, but a little wide. That's a little weird, but all in all, it's pretty manageable. It's just not quite to my liking, so still gotta figure that one out yet. Oh. Very slow through here. The next lap will be like our actual legitimate lap, so we'll see what kind of experience we get there. Oh, if I don't dump it. Ooh. I got on the throttle way too soon. Alright. Let's see if this next lap is any better. Oh no, a little hot. Yeah, little hot into the corner there. Just a little bit. Yeah, well, yeah, that's good. We just park up here. Don't love that. Don't love that, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's just try to not do that too often. I mean, so far, only 6 cars have even put a time in, but our best lap there was a 209.8, obviously a couple seconds off the pace. Again, by no means was it a great lap. I'm still trying to understand the car yet. Truth be told, the first session I looked at when I was kind of putting everything together, it was at Monza, so I was like, all right, well, screw it, we're gonna do Monza, and that was a mistake on my part. So it is what it is. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I see a lot of people are showing lap 2. So it looks like guys are out on track trying to put in laps. Might be just cutting corners, making mistakes. You know, that might be why he had no time set. But I wouldn't hate to start P5. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. As always with online racing, man, you just gotta take your time, be careful. You know, especially as you know, you're just kind of starting to learn the game and everything else. And I am very much a rookie. I am very much a newbie with this. But again, with where the game currently is, where it currently stands, I could absolutely see myself playing this more often. I could definitely see myself doing it. I can definitely see myself kind of sinking my teeth into everything and yeah, and just having a good time with it. But yeah, so far P6. So far P6. That's kind of what it's looking like where we're gonna start. Starting procedure, like the formation lap and everything else, it's a little interesting. Obviously, you know, somewhat realistic, but it can be also a little finicky at times. Especially when you're doing the stuff with the AI, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But yeah, I mean, it looks like 7's ultimately going to be where we're going to be. Kind of depends on what everybody else does here, as we're kind of waiting to see what happens. But 20-minute race, we shouldn't have to pit. Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward there as far as that goes. I just got to be very careful with the car. Don't make any mistakes. Don't do anything stupid. Easier said than done. I don't know why. Sebring in this game, funny enough, I think back to my first time playing this game. Sebring was one of the first races we did. Sebring in this game, I just struggled. I don't know why. But it's funny, like, you know, when I do Sebring in AMS2, when I do Sebring in iRacing, I don't struggle as much, you know? Now, granted, typically that wasn't in GT3s, but even still. And obviously AMS2 isn't necessarily the greatest example as far as a most realistic sim. Not that the game feels bad by any means, but it's not this, it's not iRacing. But yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. I guess we'll see what happens at the end of the day.
Teams and drivers go to the grid.
All right. There was a couple guys who did a 2:05. Again, our lap time was a 2:09. We're starting 7th. I could definitely go faster than what I did. It's just again made that mistake and then or made a lot of mistakes in that first lap and then made a mistake into turn 1 on the start of the second lap. But here we go. On to this race. I'm excited. I am excited. Waiting for the session to start here. Do I?
Formation lap has started.
We don't want to do that. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Okay. So, here we go. Classic online experience already. Classic online experience already. Thankfully, unlike iRacing, I didn't get any damage there. But here we are. Anyways, I don't know. I'm confused, but gotta be careful I don't get told I'm speeding here, especially since I think we're lining up where we shouldn't be, but... And it's a long run here. There we go. Here we go. Tires are ice cold. Gotta remember that. Gotta keep that in mind. A bunch of guys got drive-thrus behind us. Nice and easy through the corner here. Oh, okay. He came in really wide there, and I thought he was going to cut it a little too shallow and take us out. A little bit of contact behind, but not too bad. All right. Give ourselves some breathing room behind. We got through the first couple corners. Always one of the toughest parts of an online race. Let's see what kind of pace we have. See what kind of pace we have. Really, my biggest concern is that last corner. That last corner, man. It's so bumpy. Not entirely sure how to take it yet. It's really going to be my biggest area of concern here in this race. A little heavy on the brake there. Cut the corner a little bit too, but it's fine. A little wide on the exit. I got on the throttle just a little too soon there. Had to get out. Alright, here we go. This is, once again, my biggest question. Took it a little easy there. Took it a little easy. Just trying to be on the safe side. Certainly not the fastest way to go. Let's see if we can figure this corner out as well. Not bad. Not bad. One area where I tend to struggle in this game is really just trying to find my limit. You know, a question I get on stream a lot is, you know, how do I get better at sim racing and things like that? And obviously it's just practice, right? It's just sitting down in your seat and just putting the time in. But in a game like this, like, I struggle to find where that limit is. You know, I like, to me, when I practice, when I'm trying to get better at something, I kind of start slow and build up from there. And in some cases, especially with sim racing, in some cases, you know, I go over that limit quite often, and I go, okay, well, then I need to back up, right? I need to not be so aggressive. Ooh. That was almost sketchy. But in this game in particular, and this is a me thing, it's not the game, this is definitely a me thing. in this game in particular, I struggle to find where that limit is. And I'm sure it's just a comfort thing. Still not the most comfortable with the game. And that's probably really just kind of what it comes down to. Got some lap traffic in front of us here. Ah, a little wide. A little wide. Don't want to be doing that. Just kind of pushed a little too much in that corner. But again, like, the more I play, the more I practice, like, I'm sure the more comfortable I will get. And obviously, each car kind of feels different, too, you know, in its own right. Even though it's all the same class, like, each one does have a different experience. Slow down, please. I'm definitely losing a lot of time there. So again, just kind of something else to factor in there. But also, if somebody could maybe mention in the comments, kind of help me out here. So, you guys can't see it because it's behind me. It's behind where I have my camera located. But there's the, you know, the speedometer with gear and also car status, things of that nature. I would like to get that elsewhere on the screen if possible. So if anybody knows how to move the HUD around, because I have yet to figure it out, you can let me know in the comments. That'd be great, because, yeah, I'd like for you guys to be able to see that, and I don't really want to move my camera, so. Alright, Sector 2 there was a lot more smooth, you know, felt a lot better. We were just kind of slow in the first sector. Take it nice and easy here, get down through the gears, big bump there. Oh, a little wide. Yep. I should have backed out of the throttle. I should have backed out of the throttle, and I didn't. And that's on me. But now, we got a little bit of damage. That left front seeing a little bit heavier wear. Just dropped a spot too. Thankfully, I don't know if the game counts that as like an incident, per se. Kind of like how iRacing does. Just because it didn't involve any other cars. But I'm not entirely sure. But we're gonna keep going. Oh, turned it a little too soon. It's throwing me off because probably got some like suspension damage or something going here because my wheels turning this way without me turning it. So, okay, we're gonna keep going. Let's see if we can just try to finish it out. I can't believe I did that. That's such a rookie mistake. You know, I really did deserve the rookie badge there, for sure. The tough part is that left front is seeing, like, it's like highlighting orange on me. And again, I don't know if it's because of the damage. I don't know if it's now just seeing some extra heat, some wear. Not entirely sure. I'm gonna cycle through my relative here in a second. Or, you know, the MFD there on the bottom. See what it showcases. I could definitely go faster. I'm like realizing that as I'm going around here. That tire percentage is good still. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, as I'm going around here, I'm definitely realizing I have more speed. I definitely have more speed. Maybe not so much right now with the damage, but generally speaking, I have more speed. So, like, before I was talking about how, you know, just struggling to find that limit. I almost went over the limit there. And then I did go over the limit. I hate that. I can't believe I just did that. Oh, we were actually doing kind of okay, and I was getting better. I was getting better. Now I look like a massive noob to all these people and to you. God, I'm terrible. I am so bad at video games. I think that's just what it's come down to. But Anywho, folks, let's go watch the leader, I guess. Yeah, I mean, again, it's fun. The game is fun. Clearly, I gotta put some practice in. Clearly, I need to put some practice in. I wasn't expecting to go to Sebring. I don't know GT3s at Sebring all that well. If it was one of the prototype cars, I feel like I would have done, like, it probably would have been a little bit smoother, but, yeah. And I only have myself to blame at the end of the day there. That's entirely on me. Just some really bad mistakes. Some really bad mistakes. Really bad mistakes. But it is what it is. We move on. We move forward. Yeah, that's that. I'm going to put some practice in. I'm definitely going to put some more time in this. And yeah, and hopefully just... hopefully get the hang of this. Because I do enjoy it. I do have a lot of fun. Check it out for yourself. Well worth the money spent. Even if you do have a race like that where, well, it ends quite poorly. But ultimately, that's going to do it for today's video. That's a brutal one. That's a brutal one. I hate that. But again, that's going to do it for the video. Be on the lookout for the single-player experience, because we're definitely going to do that as well as a video. And I'm actually kind of excited for that one, because I do actually kind of enjoy the single-player experience in this game. It's actually not half bad. But anywho, take care. Have an awesome day. Stay safe out there. Be kind to one another. Love one another. Adios. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.